But you know, that digital revolution that occurred on mobile, it really hasn't occurred yet inside the enterprise until today. Welcome to the revolution. This is the new Citrix Intelligent Workspace experience. So let's take a look in some detail at what's really going on inside the workspace. First of all, we've preserved the familiar, as you would hope and expect. So all of your applications are still here. They're all still available. All of your content, your files, local and cloud hosted, are all available. My recent files are all here. You see them on the right, along with my recent apps. But the centerpiece of the workspace is this new feed. A personalized, customized, prioritized feed for Maria. This should look quite familiar to her because it is made up of cards just like many of the other feeds that she sees and uses today. You'll see that the feed is composed of notifications from the applications that she uses on her daily basis. So right here, she can sit and operate in the context of the workspace with confidence that these are the most important things that she needs to focus on. Let's see her work on some of the items in the workspace here. The first one is an expense report for a new headset from Chip. Well, they've already talked about this earlier, and so right there she can just approve that and move on. That expense is now dealt with. Chip also has another expense. It's for a business trip that he's gone on recently to visit a partner in Dallas. A little more expensive than she was expecting. So she can get out the detailed information directly from Concur here in the workspace. And oh yeah, the restaurant bill might be contributing a little bit. They probably have a good wine list. But right here, she gets enough detail to make a decision about what she wants to do with this expense. And she's confident that this was a critical meeting, and so she approves the expense. Next in her feed, she sees that there's an opportunity that's closed and has been won. This was a project that she was involved in, but not directly. How many times have you been involved in such a project, and when the outcome happens, you don't even know the answer? It causes email and Slack channels and text messages just to keep track of what's really going on. Here she gets a direct notification, as do all the other members of the team who worked on that. This is really important because we're trying to drive engagement for Maria here in the workspace. Next, this is a project that she's working on where she sees that her marketing campaign is actually driving pre-orders higher than she anticipated, than the team anticipated. And she wants to share this news with them. She's sharing it using Microsoft Teams, which we've integrated here. We're also going to integrate with other collaboration tools, but this is her tool of choice for her team. And so this is a great example of her taking a personal insight that she has about how a project is working and actually converting it into a collaborative conversation with her team. Truthfully, this is what Maria gets paid to do. Build great campaigns, drive collaboration across the team, educate people, and get engaged in the core of the business. So what you see here in the workspace is the feeds that come, some of which are pushed to Maria, some of which relate to projects that she has expressed an interest in, but in all cases, prioritized and actionable. No longer will she have 10 or 12 additional applications open at the end of the day to process all of these individual microtransactions. She can accomplish so much more here, and with the confidence that this is prioritized and organized. Now, it turns out that the activity feed is not the only innovation that we've added to the workspace. We're also adding an assistant. Some of us have become familiar with bots and assistants in other environments. Well, we're adding it to the workspace. And we'll talk more about that later. But what's important here is it's another way for Maria to initiate work inside the workspace. So not only is she doing things that are sent to her, she can initiate activities. I want to draw your attention in the upper right to the recommended actions. Think for a moment about your to-do list and the things that you write on your to-do list and the form that they take. Arrange a meeting with the marketing department, send out a draft of the document, Rarely do we, in our to-do list, write the names of the applications we're going to use. We don't think applications. We think actions. And this recommended action list is mapping for Maria actions to applications. We all have a way in our company of creating a ticket or applying for time off, but we tend not to think of the app first. When we sit and think, we tend to think of the app second and the activity first. We have a long list here of actions that Maria can choose from, and she's chosen one, which is to create a ticket to actually get a new micro app built. This new micro app is going to add a Salesforce account approval application into her workspace. And so right here, she's creating a ServiceNow ticket from within the workspace, remaining in context of her feed and the work that's most important to her. So that's a quick look at the desktop version of the Workspace experience. What do you think?